Hello guys. Welcome to the stream. Today is Wednesday, and we're playing Nova versus Abathur versus Nova. So as Abathur versus Nova, you could go for a full air build. It can be pretty weak early game, but late game it works. I think the best strategy to me is air pressure into air, ground pressure into air. Because most of the units he will be tempted to do versus my ground, which is kind of hard to counter for him, will be kind of useless if I transit to air, and most people have trouble dealing with both. Okay, this is not a very good unit versus me, because it does bring some extra light, and my ground there is almost no light units. I'll do a couple swarm hosts. I don't want to do too many in that matchup, because he has tanks, and my swarm host can help him to stack the tank. Okay, now ravens and ghosts, and that's actually a good. Ghost is a good reflex to have versus Abathur. You should always have at least one ready, even if it's full ground. Ghost is mostly an air counter, but it's decent versus ground. And in my opinion, you should always have one, at least one, just to protect yourself into any kind of sudden air transition. Now the big question is, should I use... Yeah, I will use it on here. I was hesitating between that or using it on... Mutalisks. I'll go straight to Guardian since other wave are Tychus, and if I go Mutas, I usually go Mutas in that matchup, but here and the good point about Muta is that you can always like convert them into Guardians later on, so it's kind of all good. But here, if you think about it, I mean, now they might be not be that bad, but I think Guardian will be better here. I'll start with So now I'm pushing Tychus, so Guardians are nice. It's very hard for Tychus to counter Guardian stack. He cannot reach them, especially if there is some ground. You need to prevent them to go forward. That's the rule of the ghost, the ground here. If you go straight to Guardian, it's not a good strategy. Oops. It's not a good strategy versus Tychus because you need something that prevent him to reach your units. If you can reach the Guardian, it's fine. You can counter them with Vega. Actually, I'll put some music that are not copyrighted so that I can upload that on YouTube if I want. I forgot to grab. I think this DJ is not copyrighted. No, like him. So we're stacking the Guardians. I think both of us. And GG. Oh, actually, this playlist is 7 years old. I thought it was more recent. I guess it's a human bias when you discover new music. Even if it's old, you just assume it's new. Just because you just discover it. Is the stream working? I cannot reach it. Okay, so we have Phoenix here and Phoenix the Haka. Phoenix the Haka. I think we have enough anti-air, so I could go Tychus. Maybe it's a bit risky here. But enough to smoke. Did you see mine? Some coaching for my mashup because I have almost no experience being Phoenix. I'm Swan! I thought I clicked Tychus. Okay, fuck. Then my opening is wrong and my 2 gas is wrong. Okay, good for. Then I need also tier 2 very quickly. Okay, that was a mistake. Maybe nobody saw it. Nice, he hit a bunker. That's very nice. Okay, did he reveal or not? I'm confused now. Maybe I was. Oh, okay. Okay, so versus that, so it's a tough matchup for me. I want to use tanks mostly, but yeah. I also like to open. Goliath just to prevent him to go air. But in this very specific scenario, there is so many stalkers that I'm not sure I can do that. Do I have? Yes. Nice. So I'm not sure. Yeah, he will snipe my tanks with that. He will snipe my tanks. I might need a couple of cyclones and science vessel to make them live. Or I can go straight to Tor, that's also a viable option. But when you think about it, I didn't put my turrets. Okay, that was wrong from me. No shit. That was my fault. I didn't build for so long, and then it was kind of too late. No, I think our chance is to stack tanks. Fortunately, his build is good versus the leaks. He might just maybe just need detection. Let's try to stack tanks. At bunker we might have a chance to do that. And range for tank was very good. I mean, this upgrade I don't use it often as Swan because in most matchup I'm using Wraith, and they're kind of counterproductive with waves with Wraith, because if the Wraith have more range, so now I need to protect me. Maybe he's front already. He's building front. But my tanks will help tremendously versus in that scenario, because as you see, they can stack a bit, and I can help him with the Stalkers. And Stalkers are kind of don't like tanks because Stalkers are like hosts. They tend to stack, but they also tend to make other units stack, and oh shit. And that's kind of their main weaknesses versus tanks. If the tank stack and the Stalker stack, the tanks wins. As you can see. Shit, I sieged too early. Of course, pushing into Tychus, tanks will be kind of useless. So I could also do vessels, maybe we can stack them. I might do vessels. Actually, it's also useful versus Farazun as a general rule of thumb, because they might. I don't like to go fast to gas with Swan. Okay, he goes for Creeper versus versus Stukov. And that's because Creeper does AoE versus yeah, Creeper does AoE versus ground. And I advise him Colossi mostly because of the DPS they have. The DPS of the carrier is really weak, and I don't know. The carriers of Phoenix are really not the strongest carrier of the game. Oh shit, there is some anti-air needed. I think it's fine. Creepers tend to always try to focus on air for some reason. And that might actually be useful. But the benches are staying alive. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're doing great. We're doing great. And tanks are annoying for Tychus. My tanks stay alive very long if you think about it. Maybe one more and one more tanks because how good it is. I might need some AA, but that's actually the Haga's problem, right? I mean, he should like take this more seriously. Now I might actually need some Goliath anyway. Oh shit, I switched too early. Okay.
I'll add some Goliath. Goliath are very good versus Farazun air. I can also choose Wraith. And it's good, Wraith are good, but here in this specific scenario, he went for a lot of Stalkers, so I think it's not... I don't think it's appropriate in this scenario, but in general, I would say that the Wraith are pretty good in the matchup. Wraith and Vessels kind of synergize well together. We need anti-air. The Haka needs more anti-air. I'm not sure why he's trying to counter everything with Creeper. It's obviously not working very much. It's true that for him it's not extremely easy to counter Stukov air, because his muta are kind of useless, or not very useful, or dangerous to use because of his bunkers. I mean, because of Dehaka bunkers. I need to build more front, I think. Dehaka bunkers or marines in general makes and also liberators makes I need to go tier 3. Makes blah 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 blah. Makes the Haka Muta kind of poor versus Stukov, and for this reason people always usually choose to do Hydra and Creeper versus his air. And Hydra are very useful early game. Creeper does the job later on. Creeper are also better versus big units like Alexander. No way. He's kind of committing to benches, but that doesn't work. Now with the range of the... Not sure what he's looking at.
Upgrade complete.
Maybe I should do more cyclones and now I'm pushing into Tychus. My army is kind of useless pushing into Tychus. It's not really a good composition to push into Tychus. Only my cyclones are useful here, and my Hellbats, I guess. I should maybe spread those a bit. But this air is worrying. He's kind of committing to air, and that's actually not bad because it's kind of the Haka main weakness versus Stukov is air, and I need more AA. No, it's okay actually. Because the problem is that my AA, except my cyclones are my only AA that is also good versus Tychus. This is better versus Farazun, but it's not very useful to push. So if I don't want this game to stay forever, if I don't want this game to go on forever, I guess I need to add cyclones. Things are stacking, it's nice.
Colossi are also awesome for him to push into at least the ground part of Sukov. Unfortunately for the air parts, it's not doing much, but I'm not sure he has really good tools. And technically, it was a bit early to do the armor upgrade in my opinion, but I forgot to build, so thanks. I siege just in time to be here for the cannonballs. Now I'm clearly pushing into Tychus, so I'll add more cyclones. I would scan, but I'm not even sure we have A, and they're not spamming. Okay, so early game was my fault here. I thought I was Tychus, so I kind of didn't build and took 2 gas fast. That's my standard Tychus build because I want to know the matchup I'm facing as Tychus. I want to know if it's a TVT or not. And 2 gas is necessary as Tychus in my opinion, because that's one thing that is allowing you to... Oh shit. Okay, so that's... Now there is an Alexander, so... And one left, right? So, who left? It's Tychus who left, okay? So, we're left with 4 Azun and Sukov. And it's kind of annoying because one of them is clearly ground, the other is fully air. You see how the Creeper does well versus the Alexander? I'm always amazed. By ability of the Creeper to hit single target. I mean, it's the opposite of the ground. On the ground, the Creepers are good versus small units. In there, they're good versus big units. And I think it's GG. It was a nice game. They played decently. They played decently. Was a bit scared at first because my opening wasn't the best. Yesterday I listened to the stream I did after to see if everything was okay, and I noticed that the sound of the music was so loud that you couldn't even hear my voice, or barely. So now I'm doing the opposite. I'm kind of paranoid because there is no quick way to check that if the sound is too loud or not, except like stopping everything, watching the... Even right now I don't know if I can do it. So there is no easy way for me to check that, so tell me if something is wrong. Now I'm kind of paranoid, so I put the other sound at my voice kind of low, because I think it's better if it's too low than... Too low or too loud? Too low. I think it's better if it's too low than too loud. Too loud. So yeah, I can talk a bit about the Phoenix versus Tychus matchup, since we also had that last game.
So Adept are very good versus Tychus, and I think you should do it mostly versus almost anything. Just if he goes Mass Blaze, you need to add a couple Immortals. But the transition to Colossi late game, I mean, you can do a shit ton of adepts, and it will almost never be bad. The only problem is that late game, if you push into someone who has Colossi, or if you have, depending on the leaks, you kind of, you might want to not overcommit to them. So, but you can do maybe up to 20 for me, it's fine. And then you want to go tier 3, and then Colossi are much better than carriers, just because of the DPS output they does. And the range also, I would say. Carriers are not very good versus Tychus, as a rule of thumb. Maybe Carax was the strongest carrier in the game, might have some argument to do them if he goes Mass Cannonball, because versus Carax, Tychus want to do a lot of Cannonball usually, to tank for the Shadow Cannons, and to be not armored, so not vulnerable to Annihilators. But even then, I would say that carriers are not very strong. I know that my friends Titan love them in the matchup, but he's the only one I know who does. I think carriers, as Carax, is a unit that you kind of need to commit to it for it to be efficient. Doing 1 or 2 carriers is never strong in any situation, but you have a lot of them. The range, plus the drones, make that at some point they kind of snipe everything long range without letting unit approach them. And as much as it's true that 1 or 2 carriers like Carax rarely makes a huge difference, when you have 10 of them, there is little commanders that can handle that. I mean, of course, Manx Rainer can handle that pretty easily, but most commanders have trouble, especially if there are other units mixed in. He's still Haka, I guess. So Haka Kerrigan, what can I do? Haka Kerrigan? Phoenix? Haka Kerrigan? Ah, we might need some anti-air. Haka Kerrigan, because Kerrigan is very weak in the air. So when you have a Kerrigan, oh shit! I wanted to skip the gas for a moment. When you're playing with a Kerrigan, you should really choose a very strong anti-air commander, like Raynor or Manx or Farazun or who else is strong. A lot of commander are kind of good versus air, but Honor.
I am the swarm.
So I'm playing versus Kerrigan. So versus Kerrigan, I like to open Adepts. I think they're just all round unit, because if he plays well, he might be tempted to just open Hydra and go into Ultra versus me. He can also do Mutas, but anyway, my Adepts counter most of his good units, because his good units early game are Hydras and Mutas, and my Adepts kind of deal with that pretty easily. And yeah, Adepts are really good versus Kerrigan in general. When you see 2 queen like this, don't get fooled.
is often it's a way to not commit to anything. Champion, I've seen that name. I've seen that name. I think I know him. So putting queens is a way of not committing. He can still go to mass muta if he wants to, and he can still go straight to tier 3 if he wants to. So don't be fooled by that.
You're trying my patience.
Okay, my opponent here will likely want to go for tier 3, or Hydra tier 3. Hydra into tier 3, so we might need to defend early game. Oh fuck. Anyway. Okay, no detection. Or can I? No, it's good, it's good. It's good, my Haga did it well. Okay, so what's happening now? Still no commitment from my ally, from my opponent, you can see. Only 2 queens, so he's taking for something. I mean, technically Kerrigan needs, or not needs, but can do a lot of upgrades early on. So it's not that, she's probably not banking right now.
Glory to the day. The firstborn shall persevere.
Links are extremely important in the Aka mirror, in my opinion. You cannot overcommit to it because later on there is the fire breath and there is also the fire breath, and there's also ultras or stuff like this. But you should have at least some. I would say that is the bare minimum you should have. That's how I play it, at least. So about my matchup, Immortals are just a temporary counter to Kerrigan, just to not allow her to do too much damage to me. It's also good versus my Licks. But it's really not a solution for me. I want to go air versus that kind of build. Now he's doing he has just tier 3, so you can probably stack them. It's not bad versus the leaks he has, neither. So here, and then ah yes, detection. I almost forgot. I was thinking I was missing something, but it was detection. And then I will take to tier 3. I might be tempted, if we're still getting pushed, I might be tempted to do oops. I might be tempted to do Colossi before my air build. They're pushing pretty strong. They're taking 2 gas plus tier 3 is kind of risky build, you can do it most of the time, but sometimes you cannot. And I think in this game it was kind of risky, because imagine we all went 2 gas. If someone else in tier 3, we're kind of screwed. He's adding lockers. Good versus the leaks, good versus his own. Okay, perfect. His Broodlord are stacking.
Oh, my actually my Phoenix also is like, oh shit, I forgot. Okay. Actually, I will, okay. I'll do this because I have leaks, otherwise I would go straight to... Or do I go straight to Clolarion? How good are we pushing right now? I'll do Warbringer. I'll try to do this, see how I perform with it. Oh, they're pushing. I need that Clolarion, that Warbringer. Here, here. Ah, fuck. He's not performing well. Ah, fuck. Ah, we might die. He's trying to push with the 1 units. So, I have this now. With the Colossi, I might be able to defend a bit versus the leaks and to save the game. But it will be kind of bad versus my leaks, so I don't want to overcommit to it. I mean, whatever can save the game, but versus the ultras, my Colossi are not really good. It's just that I don't want to go air versus yeah, but now he's adding Hydras. So maybe they are, He's adding Hydras for this. Of course. They're sacking. This is our hope. He needs to build front so that he can save the Road Lord. It's kind of key in this situation to save the Road Lord. So I want a good shield here. Okay. Come on, shield. Shit. He forces him to Hydra, and they were pushing. He was like, "Oh, I will do Hydra to finish the game, to kill the Broodlord and finish the game." But now it's kind of counterproductive for him because I can kill most of his army just with my Colossi. So I'll add one more. Colossi are unlike. There are some units that benefits more for being grouped together, and some units which benefit more for being spreaded apart. And Wrathwalkers are the typical example of a unit that you should spread apart. And Colossi and tanks work better when they are together. Okay, the Colossi are kind of getting rid of the Dehaka's hosts mix, which is nice. I'll do 2 more since now I'm pushing into attack us.
I would have gone air if it was a pure in a vacuum. I'll try again this. Pure in a vacuum. Oh shit! I need this also. In a vacuum, Phoenix versus Kerrigan. But here, we have some Hydras. Who is the text? No one. Okay, GG. GG, well played. GG, well played. Happy we could save that. For one moment I was kind of worried. Yeah, Champion was their best player. I know that name, but I cannot tell you where I know from. Do I have other people I can play with? Okay. Then one more. Who is our ally? Okay. I'll see next game if someone else can play with me. If not, I will stop the stream because I don't like to play solo on stream. I do it time to time when I'm not on stream, but I don't like to lose too much on stream, and I lose significantly more when I'm 100% alone. And I never manipulate the lobby. I mean, some people play solo, but they kind of choose who are in their team or not. I don't. Dehaka and Rainer. Dehaka, Rainer. Dehaka, Rainer. I don't want to play for Azon. Okay, versus Carax. So it will be most likely an air fight. But my stalkers are not bad in the matchup. His best counter, of course, is Annihilators, but they're kind of vulnerable to Dark Templars. Of course, Dark Templar can be lifted, and that's kind of annoying. So that's why I sometimes go for my tier 3 Dark Templar, the Shadow Guards, just because I'm sure they cannot get lifted. Ah, okay. Ah, he did the same. He does the same, which is good. He just did it. It was a bad. It was nice. It was okay. All right. We realized he did his placement wrong just a bit too late, but it will not have any much. It won't have a lot of consequences. I mean, there are two ways, in my opinion, to play versus Carax. One is going straight to air, and because technically your Corsairs, at least late game, beats all his Mirage, and your Void Ray beats his carrier. So late game, it's you can go full air, but to me it's more a robust build to do it like this. It's more robust versus leaks, because a pure early game Horizon Air is not really powerful. You need a lot of units to make it powerful. So for me it's more robust to do it like this. Robust versus leaks, and so some ground into air, basically. As you see, my stalkers are stacking. How many do I have? Yeah. I'll stop soon. In some situations, I like to let the stalkers autocast. When you blink forward like this, you kind of make yourself. What is cloaked here? An observer. You kind of make yourself vulnerable to because you cannot blink back again. So. I don't know. I was confused too. Oh, oh fuck. Okay. Then there is no true point to. I wanted to go. Oops. You should not try to beam unit that blinks. That's as a general rule of thumb. I mean, it's not good. You should not. You should not. You should not beam unit that blinks or unit that teleport. Like BC is also a bad choice, right? I'm kind of forcing him to go air. His Mirage are slightly better than my Void Rays, but not from that much because my Void Rays are armored. I'm kind of confident that my the cloak on my Void Rays will make them more powerful. Maybe he will not. We don't have much AoE in this game, so I will not have a good hold to patch here. But the fact that I cloak my Void Rays, I mean, it might be a bit early for a tier 3, one might argue. But it's also true that yeah, they get this 15% damage plus 15% energy regeneration. Yeah, the energy regeneration don't change much, but should I do one oracle? Yeah, probably.
Oracle perceiving.
Okay, this is Minsk, so now it will be more difficult again because before we had a idle. Not good, I would say.
We require more minerals.
You seek guidance.
Metamorphosis complete.
I might need Corsairs, but they're only good versus. They're only good versus. No, I mean I could do two.
Metamorphosis complete.
Yeah, two Corsairs.
More minerals.
No, I'm fighting Artanis too. It's kind of annoying because. Okay, he goes BC. That's a really good move here. I mean, this guy doesn't seem very good based on his match history, but I have to say this is very clever because he by this he prevents. I mean, maybe he doesn't want to, but it's not very good versus Dragoon, of course. But he prevents Artanis to go any kind of Reavers or Archons, and that's very important for us because both of those units can be pretty scary for us, Reavers and Archons. And by doing BC, he kind of makes sure that it's not possible for him to do that, or not cost efficient. How many? Yeah, they don't have upgrades, so it's fine. 1, 2, 3. I think 3 would be enough. So I feel more safe if there are if there are BC in this game.
Prismatic core online.
Now we have a good stack. Yes, nice. So I checked if he used his ability. I saw he didn't, so I use it now so that he's like, I don't know how to say, explosion trigger in my hole. And also we had a good stack altogether. I mean, that was two away from us, so that was nice. Okay. Okay, he blink. He beam. Karax is going a lot of air, and that's kind of smart from him. Because it's kind of difficult for us to counter both air and ground. Oh nice, he hits the good units.
We require more minerals.
Always eat something that is massive if you can. I don't have anything to counter really the amount of Dragoon here, so maybe I should do some. I don't want to do Dark Templar because they will get lifted by all those mirrors. So I will do Shadow Guards, and I will deactivate this. I think, in my opinion, it's always bad. You just make them more vulnerable to unit that has that fight at a distance. Now we're having a real help. Yeah, problem. I should watch the. Okay, still no attack upgrade on the carrier, so I will go for armor upgrade. I choose this one because it will apply both to my air and to my ground, and I want +3. I can't afford a +3 to every armor, but this one will apply it for both.
And plus 3 is very nice because plus 3 versus a unit that does only 5 damage. It's a 60% damage reduction approximately. Okay, I have my plus 3. Nice. My Void Rays are late game. Frozen Void Rays are so good only because of their range and the fact they're cloaked maybe, but the fact they are cloaked works only well versus beginner players. Good players know how to scan, even though it might be expensive for them. Okay, I think we won here. Did I do? Oh, I forgot this upgrade. That was not very clever for me. When you have that many, it's this upgrade is very powerful. Not only it's good because it allows you to fight the ground without being shot, it's also synergized very well with his stasis ward, because the storm really wins time for him to put the stasis ward. Often, if you don't have storm, you don't have the time to put a stasis ward on the ground. Yeah, GG. GG, well played. I don't like to say GG to the other when they don't say GG. I think it's, in my personal view, it's kind of rude. It's not of politeness that I don't do it. I always answer when they say GG, but I never say it first if I win. Okay, so if we have no one else, or maybe he plays, no, he's already busy. I think we'll stop here. I'll see if he plays. Yeah, might be time to eat anyway. I'll maybe come back later. I'll eat if I'm back. I will. It will be in 1 hour. If I'm not here in 1 hour, it's that I won't come back. Okay, it was a pleasure to have you. It's Wednesday and GG's.